I'm going to take a minute to look at some of the new changes in the macOS Big Sur. So as you know, Apple tends to name their OSs after different things associated with California, so this one is named Big Sur. And so you can see I recently updated, so this is probably what your background's going to look like when you first start. But of course you can always go back and change your background to your preferred picture. You will see that here's all these things that we usually would see lined up across here. It just kind of like your iPad has put it in a nice condensed little place. So if you're looking for your screen mirroring, if you're wanting the AirPlay, right here it is. So if I click here, you'll see there's my different Apple TVs available to me, and I just click on the one that I would like to join. You can see that I also can adjust my keyboard brightness, so you have it as a function key, but you also can come here and adjust it up or down to your preference. You also have AirDrop right here, so you don't have to go to Finder to make sure your AirDrop is turned on. So I can come right here, I can change it to contacts only or to everyone, and of course I can turn my AirDrop on and off. Here's where I can enable my Bluetooth if I need it, and of course here's my Wi-Fi settings. So you can see here's my different Wi-Fi networks that's available that I can join, and here's where I can turn my Wi-Fi on and off. If you prefer to have one of these items listed out here in this bar, all I have to do is click, hold, and drag, and I can place it on my toolbar, and now it's in both locations. You can see that right here is where I can adjust my display. Here's where I can adjust my sound. And you can see any media that would be playing is available right here. So you can see I have a YouTube video pulled up, and so I can play it from right there. So if you've added stuff from Control Center here to your toolbar and you've decided you don't want it to be there again, all you're going to do is come over here, find the icon in your Control Center, click, hold, and drag, and act like you're getting ready to put it back on the toolbar again. And you can see as I did that, it pulled it away from the toolbar. So maybe I want to go ahead and bring AirDrop back over here, so I'm going to do the same thing. We'll click, hold, and drag off of AirDrop from here and pull it back. And we'll do the same for Wi-Fi. So you can see you can have this nice and clean. My headphones are here right now because that's what I'm using to record this video. And you can see right here I have a play button. There's that YouTube video I have pulled up again. So maybe if I don't want that to be there, I'll bring that back in as well. You have the ability to customize your Control Center and menu. So we're going to go to System Preferences. You're going to go to Dock and Menu Bar. And you're going to see that the first one is where I can do some adjusting for my dock. So if I want it to be a little bit larger, if I want it to be in a different location. But if I come down here to the next section, you can see right here it's labeled Control Center. So in the Control Center, these items are always in the Control Center. They are default, so you can't change them, but you can turn on whether or not they appear in your menu. So either you can drag and drop them from the Control Center, or you can turn them on from right here. So you can see that my clock is only going to be on the menu bar only, but if I click here, just like in the past, I can adjust whether or not it shows AM, PM, if I want it to be analog or digital, if I want the days of the week, and I can adjust it there. Here's my battery. So if I click on it, it shows me my battery status, but I actually like having the percentage right here. But you can see that this does have a handy thing. It's showing me right now, because I'm using QuickTime to make this video, that is what is significant use of my battery. But I'm going to go back to my System Preferences and back to that Dock and Menu Bar. And I'm going to come down here to Battery. And so you can see I can decide whether or not the battery is going to show up on the toolbar right here. If I want it to also appear here in the Control Center, I can add it here as well. And you can see when I added it here, it has a percentage. But what I really like is having a percentage right here on the bar itself. So I'm going to click that and add it. And so now you can see I have my percentage right here beside my bar. Your notification center has been updated a little bit. So if I come over here, you can see that I have some widgets. So you can see it will give me notifications of different things that has occurred. So if I had any messages or emails coming in, they would show up here as well. Alright, so you can see I have my calendar here. You'll see that my weather is here, but it is a little off. So if you want your current location, you're going to right click, so 2 fingers, and you're going to do edit weather. And then so you can see right now, I think I'm in California. So I'm going to do my current location. Done. And now you can see that it's updated to where I'm currently at. If I would like this to be larger, so maybe I would like a large icon. You can see it will give me an expanded forecast. And that's what a medium one will look like. If I don't want this calendar to be here, I can remove it. So the same thing for your clocks. I can decide my locations. And so you will see if I try to put in Charleston, it does not come up, so it's only doing major cities. So you need to find locations that's in your same time zone. And once I've made my selections, there we go. So again, here's my stocks. And then you can see it's showing me the screen time that I've spent here. And I can edit my widgets. You can see that I have some here I can add, so maybe I'd like this clock. But as you can see, Charleston still does not come up as one of my locations, so I need to pick a city that is in the same time zone if I want my current time. But I have notes, so if I wanted to bring in my notes as one of my widgets, my photos, I could add it there, podcast, maybe I need my reminders added, and if there's anything I want to remove, I can click that minus sign and then make my changes. And if I would like for this to be up higher, I can, and then when I'm done with my selections, I'm just going to click on done. To make my notifications go away, I'm just going to click on my screen, and there they go. Another update that you will see is in the spotlight. So as always, I can search for different files. So if I knew I was looking for something with Apple Professional Development, you'll see that it's looking through different things that I might have on my device, but it also now can do a web search for me. Another update is that you'll notice that your dock is a little bit more translucent, and the icons have been given a little bit of a makeover, so you can see my pages, Keynote, Numbers, and iMovie look a little bit different. And also you will notice that your launch pad is no longer the rocket, but if I click on it, you'll see it's still the same as before. Another change that occurred with Big Sur is in your messages. So one thing I can do is, if this is a message of someone I talk to often, I can right click on it and I can pen it. And now that's going to appear up here at the top. Another thing that I can do is if you are in a group message, if I right click and go to details, you can see that I now can add a photo for the group message itself. Another change that has occurred is being able to add your photos, stickers, and other things is a lot easier this time. And another thing you can do in a group message is, if I just want to reply to that individual, I don't want to, maybe there's a lot of things going on and we're asking different questions, but I just need to respond to that one person, I can right click on their name and I can reply. And if I reply, it only goes back to that one person. The rest of the group actually won't see it. Safari also has some updates. This is the traditional startup page. Another thing that is available is you're going to see these little lines down here. And if I click it, I can decide what is going to show up here. So if I have frequently visited places that's maybe not in my favorites, I can add that. You also can have a privacy report. You can turn on your Siri suggestions or not. You can add your reading list or not. And just like with Chrome, I now have the ability to add a photo. So I can use one of the provided ones. Or, if I wish, I can use one of the provided desktop photos or use a downloaded photo that I have. Another new update to Safari is that you can see that the tabs have been updated a little bit. They're a little bit more manageable. They're not squishing together. And you can see I have multiple tabs opened here. And if I were to open another one, still can figure out the titles of these different sites that's opened. And if I mouse over, you can see I get a preview of what's on that site. Another feature that you're going to notice is this little badge beside your address bar. So this is part of that privacy feature that we saw on the startup page. And so you can see if I click on this, it's prevented one thing from tracking my profile here on Twitter. So this is where they've updated their security a little bit to keep your browsing a little safer. So these are some of the updates that's available with Big Sur, and hopefully this has helped you be able to navigate and get a little bit more comfortable with your new OS system.